Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planethead. It has been a couple days since I've been able to do a video, and been a couple of changes. Um, Normally I like to do one at least every other day. I did have some personal issues. A good friend of mine passed away, so I haven't really been up for making videos much. I still have been playing to kind of distract me, but I'm feeling a little bit better. And ready to play and make a video. So that being said, um, this is kind of fun. Um, what I thought I would do today, I don't really have. I I am doing something that I haven't really done a whole lot of videos on in the past. This will be kind of a free for all, but something that I've been using to distract myself the last couple of days and having a lot of good times. She's now on Twitch. Okay, I don't care. Um, long story short, I am in a wormhole, and I thought I would tell you how I'm doing this. Uh, as you all know, Jeremiah Johnson is an alpha character. I am on probably I think it's a little bit past day 60 right now of my 100-day run. Spent most of my time out in Stain during this, but I'm kind of slowly working my way out and moving on to those next steps. But in between times, or maybe full time, I'm looking at, I'm just messing around in wormholes. What I thought I would do is just show you what I'm doing, how I'm set up. Obviously, there's some things that I could do a little bit better, but this is something that I think is probably a lot of fun because it's something that people can play as alpha characters, and they can kind of almost do this um, within a couple of days of starting the game. And really just having fun if you've got a really short period of time that you can play each day, like I do sometime, most of the time, um, or if it's something that you really enjoy. Now, this is a little bit more of a setup for an alpha character, but it's not the full tilt one. Um, I am in a Mars ship, the Magnate, which I think it might be a little bit better to use one of the other ships, but I like my Magnate, and I went full tilt Amar with this character, and he has all of the scanning skills that you can get for Alpha. Just to do a little review here. So scanning, I think he's got them all. Scanning, I've got the archaeology, astronometics, hacking, survey, and acquisition, and range finding, all up to the maxes that a alpha can do. Uh, some other things for him. Um, to help me scan things down, I have some Sisters core uh, core probes in here, so I'm going to go ahead and load those in. Boop, boop, boop. Those are the better of the two. They are more expensive, but well worth it when you're trying to scan down items. If you notice here, I got a few other things inside of the ship. That was actually junk that I picked up. That's junk there. But I've got important stuff here when doing wormholes, and especially flying with a magnate. Um, but before I do that, I'll explain one last thing. You'll notice here on the left-hand side, I'm in a wormhole, so there is no local unless somebody says something. So I've got to be careful over here. You'll see me just randomly hitting my hotkey for V to see if anybody is in the system with me or that isn't cloaked up. Uh, Last but not least, just to be a little bit safer, I'm going to go ahead. Notice here I'm at 0 meters per second. I'm going to go ahead and start myself in a direction. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on my micro orb drive just while I'm talking. Normally I don't sit in the same spot for a whole line, but I've got my safe spot up here in my saved locations box. I'll get to that here in a little while where it's very... I've talked about this in the past, but it's really, in my mind, important with wormholes, and we'll talk about that here in a little while. I'll talk about it, you won't. So the first thing I want to show you here is my fit. Now again, don't make fun of my fit. I just like to have fun. Basically, I've got two rigs on here, one to help my scanning, the other one to help with, if I'm remembering correctly, my relic site breakdowns, box breakdowns, virusing stuff. Over here, again, I've got the core probe launcher and the 8 sisters core probes to help me scan down things better. Over here, I've got a Relic Analyzer. If you notice here, I only have a Relic Analyzer. I do not have the Relic Analyzer and the Data Analyzer on there. That's important. I'll get to that here in a second. Got my prop mod on here. Remind myself to hit that. And I've got a cargo scanner on the ship. So that's right here. Big thing here, the Relic Analyzer I've got on the ship so that if a relic site pops up, I can get to it as quickly as possible. Micro warp drive on here so that I can get to the boxes as fast as possible. And then right here, the cargo scanner so I can pinpoint the most lucrative boxes that I can get to. Pretty simple stuff if you've ever explored. If not, I'm sure there's some real tutorial videos out there that can help you. Or just go through the tutorial, the career mission. Down here, in general, I really don't need this damage control. I just didn't have anything on me at the time. But this is semi-important. It actually saved me the other day. I've got 2 inertial stabilizers and a nanofiber internal structure. Again, level 1s. This is a level 1 ship. The build here is 7.6, but in reality, that's because of the core probe scanners. In reality, it's probably like a 2 million ISK ship. Not worth much at all. But it does get me. And what these down here do is if someone is trying to kill me, or I warp into an area, somebody's cloaked up or trying to target me, it allows my ship to turn and warp away faster. So if you notice over here, I've got an align time of 4.36. Obviously, that can be better. My skills aren't number 1%. What is that, number 1%? And then up here, I've got my inertial modifier affects the acceleration and turning speed positively as the value decreases. So I've got basically 2 things here that are allowing me to get away a little bit faster. The other day, I think this saved me. I was at a site, guy decloaked, was starting to try to target me, and I got away right away. And I think maybe if I would have been there for another second, he might have gotten me, but I got away. So, real big right here. Go ahead and keep checking. So I've got that. This is the fit. So the last thing I want to show you before I actually go and scan some stuff down, again, this is not, a tutorial, but just saying what I'm doing, is I threw in a mobile depot. I'm going to be adding on to this. I might actually start using my other character on my account for this. They're both under the same corporation. But if I start living out of a wormhole, and if you drop a mobile depot there, you have to be able to get back to it if you get shot. So why do I have this here? I'm going to show you. So if you notice in my cargo bay here, I've got my mobile depot, data analyzer, and scan recognition. So this is an upgrade for scanning. The last thing that's here, and this is incredibly important, I've got 8 regular or sisters core probe launchers or core probes. I've also got 8 regular core scanners. Why do I have these here? I will very rarely, if ever, use them. But when you're in a wormhole, if you lose connection and you've got your probes down, or let's say an emergency happens and you have to leave real quick, or you're dumb like me and you just leave those probes out whenever you log off for the day, if you come back, those probes are not going to be in your cargo bay, and you're going to have no way of getting out there unless you contact somebody to help you, like Eve Scout, Rescue Cache, or somebody else, or you're just going to have to blow yourself up and go home. So I always carry along 8 extra core probes, just in case. They're super cheap, literally 11,000 ISK for each one. So really nothing, always important to throw in there. Do you need 8 more sister scanners? No, you only need 4 of them, so that lower the cost there. So I've got those, but this is the big part here. So remember where I was talking about my fit, that I only have the Relic Analyzer on here? So what I can do is do my scanning. Come on. Oh. So there's 3 sites in here. Normally there's a lot more, but there's 3 sites currently in this wormhole. I think this is a very dangerous wormhole from what it was description. Let's say I'm trying to scan something down and it's just out of reach, just an inch away, and I can't get it scanned down. Well, with the mobile depot, I can actually drop the mobile depot and refit on the scan recognition. Let's say I scan something down and it's a data site. I can drop the mobile depot down and reset that up. Last but not least, let's say I'm using my 2 accounts, so I always have access back to the site, and I'm living out of a wormhole or moving from wormhole to wormhole, but I don't want to keep all my loot inside my ship. I can drop it into a mobile depot. Now there's some things regarding that, where you want to put your mobile depot in my mind, so it's out of sight, out of mind. But I'm not going to get into that. What I will do is just show you how you drop a mobile depot. It's super simple. So all I'm going to do here is right click on it and launch for self. Boop, gone. And there it is right there. There's my mobile depot. Now remember I had my micro warp drive on, so I got to get back to it. When I say remember I had that on, I forgot. I was wondering why in the world I was going so far away. To interact with your mobile depot, you have to be within 2,500 meters of it. You can label it. Notice over here somebody labeled theirs. That's kind of cool. Then you've got it here. Let's say I want to get this data analyzer up and running. I right click on here and wait. I don't think I right click on that. Oh, it's waiting. It's still anchoring. I think it takes a minute to anchor. Once it anchors, then you can drop things into it and fit off of it. So the mobile depot has anchored. Oh, that's me. Scared me for a second. So what I can do is I can come in here, and there's a couple different things I can do. I can scoop it to my cargo hold, open the cargo. I can change the name. Notice this guy over here has changed his name. But the big one here is use the fitting service. I'm going to click on that, pull up my fit. Even though this is in my current cargo, I can take this out. So let's say I want to change to a data analyzer. Boom, it's right there. Now I can put the data analyzer in there. Let's say I want to get better scan recognition. Whip. Boom. Pretty simple stuff. Let's say I just scanned down a great relic site like I did the other day. I literally got 108 million ISK worth of relic items out of one relic site out here in the wormholes. And it was freaking fantastic. I could drop that loot into my my mobile depot. Again, it only does you good in my mind if you're using 2 accounts, because what you'd want to do is, let me just, okay, good. Have both accounts go into a wormhole. Only use one of the accounts. The other one is just there so that if you get blown up, the other one can find its way out and find a wormhole for you so you can get out and get another ship and come back for it. So a little bit of work there, but you won't use it very often. I'm not actually using that facet of this because I'm just trying it out. I'm not sure if I will or not. But yeah, so that is my mobile depot. It is at my current save spot that I've saved. Oh wait, actually it isn't because I was flying at warp speeds. So I am actually going to pull up this mobile depot. So scoop the cargo hold. Come here, buddy. And it's gone. And it is in my cargo hold right there. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, let's end this up. This may take a second. I am going to try to scan down. It's been a little bit. These 3 sites that are in system. Maybe I'll get a little lucky. So we got those there. Let's pull this up just a little bit. There we go. Always keep hitting that there. Booped out. Booped out. And good. And analyze. It's weird. I've been doing this for the last couple of days. Had no problems. Now I have. It's like having somebody look over my shoulder. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be stupid. That's there. See how many of these pop up here. I doubt I'm going to find anything good, but you never know. What I'm kind of looking for is a regular wormhole. So we'll see if I can come across one of those. And while I'm doing this, if you notice, I can still keep hitting my core scanner, or my directional scanner, just to make sure nobody's around. Good, good, good. One of these has to be a wormhole, if I'm not mistaken. If one does pop up, I'll go ahead and show you what I do to fly to that. Analyze. And then I'll probably end the video. If a relic site or a data site comes up, we'll take a look at it. You have to be careful with them because some of them are sleeper sites. It's very easy to figure that out, though. Ooh, so something switched. So there is a wormhole. Maybe out of here. I got everything loaded into my cargo. A little bit more. That's good enough. Now, first things first, you'll notice once I scan this down, first thing I'm going to do is notice how I've got them grouped into the categories that they are. Makes it easier for me to see what is what. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spread this out, go back to 4, and go over my spot here. We're going to analyze. Then we're going to actually warp to the wormhole, but we're going to warp to it at 100 kilometers. Reason why I do that is to take a look at the wormhole from a long ways away to see what type of wormhole it is. While I'm warping, I can still scan. Save yourself some time. See what else is here. Now I'm here. I can right click on the wormhole, show my info, and it is just a regular wormhole, and larger ships can go through, and it's beginning to decay. So it's still in good shape. Now, while I'm here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to warp back to my safe spot, and I'm going to finish scanning up this one. Don't want to sit on a wormhole, just like you don't want to sit on a gate in low sec or null sec, because anybody can come through that gate at any point in time. A lot of people can be cloaked up at that gate. Okay, so there is a data site in here. Let's finish that one off. I'm betting it is a sleeper site. If it is, I will show you what they look like in your area here. Analyze. If it is a regular data site, I'll go and take it out. Hopefully not die. Okay. So see where it says unsecured core emergence. as the data site. Anything that says unsecured or forgotten, those are sites you do not, and let me repeat, do not want to warp into. Um, those are your, I might be using the wrong phrasing here, it's been a long time, but those are your sleeper data sites and stuff. You can find regular sites in here, and most of the time they're um, um, like one of the pirate factions, that sort of thing. So actually, I'm going to get moving here. So we got one more to go. Now, this is where my lack of uh, wormhole expertise comes to the front. Um, Here we go. I would assume, now this has one wormhole currently going out to another wormhole. This will be a good test. I want to see, I would assume that there has to be two wormholes for each site, but I don't know. So we're about to find out. Love to see just a web of the wormholes and how each one is set up. Obviously, as the wormholes go down and other systems come up, that what happened? This might be a tough one to scan. Let's try again. Now there are skills and other rigs and things that you can do to speed up your scan time. Mine is really just focused on there we go. Scan strength to try to get one's sites that are tougher to get to more scan down. You're not going to go the highest level with an alpha account, but you go to level 4s, if I'm not mistaken, if you set it up correctly. Now, why would anybody not go with scan strength and go with, there we go, good, go with scan speed? Well, there is a reason for that. Two reasons. Number one, maybe you're not looking for ruins or data sets. Maybe you're just looking for wormholes or combat sites. You're trying to get as many as possible. The second one is when you are competing with other explorers, the faster that you can scan things down and find the more lucrative loot there, the more money you're going to make because you're going to be ahead of other explorers. This is really important during special events, things like that. So many times I've scanned something down and I'm in there, and then literally like a minute into me scanning, another explorer has shown up and is trying to scan the same way that I am, which is really annoying. I know I was raised in Oklahoma. If finders keepers, fighters first, or whatever, is usually the way I go. But the faster you can do it, maybe you can make some more risk. And that goes not only for scan speed, but also things like, I'm going to double click on this so it brings it straight in the middle. Your cargo scanners, because let's say you warp into a ruins cache and there are 5 pods there. You scan them down and you find out pod number 3 has the most stuff in it, so you go to that first. If you don't, hey, we got a relic site. This might be interesting. We're going to see. We are going to see. This is probably a sleeper site, but never know. Does it tell me? So level 3, we'll find out probably on this run through. Yep, it's a forgotten. So that is another sleeper site. So Perfect timing. So what I'm going to do is pull in my probes, and then I'm going to reload those up. And sorry, um, I'm going to go through that wormhole I found earlier and check that one out, and maybe see if I can find a better spot to get my stuff going. But really appreciate it. You guys hanging out with me today. This is really kind of my way of uh, keeping myself busy and not thinking about bad things with my friend passing away. And I'm glad to have you guys along for the ride. If you ever have any questions, any thoughts, please feel free to comment in the comment section of the YouTube, or you can contact me in Eve. I'm more than happy to get back in touch with you guys. It's Jeremiah Johnson 72. And hopefully I'll have another video or two up over the next couple of days. I really enjoyed this one. So maybe if I get some good loot, I'll let you know about it. Alrighty. You guys have a good one. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however the heck you want. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.